Hi, I'm Ken Brown, CEO of Destiny Global, and welcome to this edition of Freedom Lifestyle. Tonight, we're going to be talking about mindset. Why mindset? Because mindset is literally everything. When you think about whether you can or cannot do something, it's literally going to be determined by your mind. Whether you decide you're going to be successful and move forward with something, or whether you're going to place obstacles in your path mentally because of things that may have occurred in your past that stop you from succeeding, all of that takes place between your ears, and it's your mindset. Mindset will determine how you grow, what your future will look like. It will determine who you're surrounded with. It will determine what your marriage looks like. It will determine what your kids look like. Oh my goodness. So when I told you that mindset is everything, I think you should get the picture that this really is encompassing because it affects every single area of your life. Every single area. Spiritually is not left out of this either. Right? If you're a complainer and a Debbie Downer, you can be the most spiritual person in the world. It will have zero effect because that you're literally going to be bringing negativity to everything. Literally everything. And that mindset will pull you down. So I just want to start off with saying this. You can control your mindset. So all of this self-help stuff and trying to figure this or that out, it's literally you determining that you're going to take control of how you're thinking. Take your thoughts captive. When you do that, that means that you're thinking through a process of how you're allowing your mind to think. Whether you are going to be positive or negative is your choice. It's simply your choice. So as you think through things, I want to start off with some simple, I'm going to give you the 1, 2, 3s of mindset. So the first thing around mindset is who are you surrounding yourself with? Because this is going to be the number one thing that is going to affect your mindset. If you're around people that are negative, if you're in a job where people are constantly complaining about what they're doing or not getting to do, or someone else, or they didn't get this raise or that bonus or whatever it might be, the fact is that starts weighing on you. You can be the most positive person when you continue to surround yourself with people that are pulling you down. And by the way, sometimes negative people can be drawn to positive people because they think that they're going to help them get somewhere. But the reality is over time that as you start glopping these negative people and complainers around you, they're going to start pulling you down. It's no different than a person drowning and a person swims out to save them, right? And the person struggling is just barely keeping their head above water. And the person that is going out there to save them thinks they're going to be able to do it and uplift them. They get out there with them and the person drowning starts dunking them because they're panicked and literally push the person that's going to save them underwater. This happens more frequently than people realize. And actually, the victims sometimes survive, but the person that was going to save them did not. So think about that for a moment. Who are you surrounding yourself with? And what are they adding to your life and what are they taking from it? Every person has both, right? You have a giving part of relationship and a taking. So as you're thinking about those people around you, what are they adding to your life? How are they increasing your value as a human? Yes, I said that. How are the people around you adding value to your life? Are they encouraging you? Are they supporting you? Are they the ones when you say, hey, I'm thinking about starting this new business. I want to start this side hustle. Are they the ones that are with you? Yeah, that's a great idea. How are you going to do that? Have you thought through the process of what you want to do? Or is someone coming and saying, hey, this is what I've done in the past to be successful in this. Would you like to learn that? Because here's what happens. If you're around a person who constantly tells you, and by the way, we have a number of clients that have started off with this very thing, that their parents, their spouses, they come to them with an idea. They literally take that idea and shoot it in the head and say, that's the stupidest thing I've heard. Why in the world would you do that? Why would you want to do that? So who you surround yourself with will largely affect your mindset and your confidence. And confidence is a huge part of your mindset. So can you do something or will you not do something? Again, is going to be based on what you feel you can do, what you believe you can do. It's an internal belief in yourself that also is placed in you by the Creator that says that you can do all things through Him. Okay? So I want you to just take that for a moment. You can do all things through Him who gives you strength. But you're going to still have to work at it and gain skills, okay? So your mindset should be that I'm going to take steps forward to get what I need to be successful. And that includes, first thing, people. Second thing around mindset, which is just as important as the first, who you're surrounding yourself with. What are you doing every day to make sure you're keeping your mind in the good place? Because every day is not perfect. Some days you're going to wake up and you can have a flat tire. Some days you're going to get up and your car won't start. Some days your children may be sick. You may be sick. Your spouse, your parents. Some days you're going to experience a death. Every person on earth faces these things. Okay? To some degree or another. Some, it seems that they get more than their unequal share, right? So if you're thinking about what you're putting in your mind is so important. What are you telling yourself? Every morning when I wake up, I have a quiet time. And I get in the greatest book ever written, in my opinion, is the Bible. So as I get in that, I find out the lessons that other people have experienced and see the goodness of the Creator of what He wants to instill in me. And I believe when I wake up every single morning that I'm going to walk out the door and be successful at whatever I do that day. My mindset is focused on success, even if it's something I have to deal with that's hard. And by the way, that is one of my keys to success, is I take on the harder things that I need to get done in the day when it's early. I take those on, because then it gives me a chance to get through those things, think and process through them, and then step into the next thing that I want to get done for the day. And by the way, when I do this, it gives me power because I just accomplished something in the morning that set me up for success. And I can watch it come to fruition. I love talking to our clients in the mornings. I love to spend time with them in the mornings so that I can encourage them and instill them so that they can have a positive day. Right? Those that I'm coaching or spending time with for whatever reason. The truth of the matter is you are going to determine your success based on your mind and thinking through things. I want to stop and make sure you heard me. Your success is going to be how you think through things. If you're just reacting to things and not thinking about what you're going to do the next day as you're planning out, every day I know what I'm going to be starting on the next day. And then another important part of this is every night at my home, my wife, April, Dr. April Brown, as well as my children, we share what we call sprouts every single night. We talk about 3 things that we had that occurred positive in that day that we accomplished. And there's not a single day that goes by that I can't identify 3 things that happened that day. That does not mean that I may not have had something difficult in that day that I needed to deal with. But what I'm getting to is that mindset is based on positive thinking. It's based on thinking that you can do something. If you're sitting focused on things that you can't do, you're going to do just that. You're not going to do it. You are absolutely 100% going to fail. But worse than that, some of you have convinced yourself not to even start. That is a guaranteed failure. If you don't start, you'll get nothing done. So take that step. Believe in yourself. Take the step of action. Take the step of faith that you can do it. Okay? The third thing is just what I said. Take steps to succeed every single day. No matter how large or how small they are, take the step. Right now, I'm going through a personal transformation because I was focused on so many things and so many other things in my life, but I was not necessarily taking care of my health, and the weight had kind of jumped on me. I had found myself at maybe a Dunkin' Donuts or at a Starbucks at a meeting and putting on too much weight. and I was not taking care of my body the way that I needed to. So actually, Coach Carmen has been investing in me and April, and we have been going through a personal transformation. And in this, I've lost almost 40 pounds. And so, but every day I have to get on the scales and measure my results and make sure that I'm headed in the right direction. But every day I'm putting in the work to get there. Right? I didn't lose almost 40 pounds by not doing anything. And by the way, I'm not starving myself. I'm pretty happy because I'm changing some habits. And as I change these habits, I'm knowing that I can do something. I didn't go into this physical transformation thinking I was going to fail. No, I got the people around me that says you can do this. And by the way, they have done it. So follow people that have a stack of success. Someone who's coaching in something and has zero success in that and telling you they can do it, well, you have probably about a bigger chance of hitting it as their results they have, which is not very good, 0. So make sure that you're listening to people that have the skill set of what you want. Coach Carmen is that for us in this journey, and she is exceptional. And so we have found ourselves on this journey to health faster than I thought that I could possibly get here. But it takes a daily step. Every day I have to move towards that success. Every day I have to step into it. So you see, your mindset is all these things I've connected for you. You have to know who you're surrounding yourself with. You have to take control of your thought process. And then you have to take daily steps to put those steps into motion, to put that positivity into motion. Not just say, hey, I'm going to lose weight and do nothing about it. Step into that. Say, yeah, I can do it. What are the steps, Coach Carmen? What are the steps from the people that you've surrounded yourself with that have the results that you want? You see why that is so important. It is so important that you plug into people that have accomplished the things that you want to. And by the way, we'll share them with you. That's what this whole thing is about, what I'm doing right now. How did I become successful in business? How did I grow spiritually? How did I grow personally? How am I continue to grow? It's by surrounding myself with people that have accomplished the things that I want. And they help me step forward. And they encourage me. And they push me. And by the way, as I watch what they're doing, and they gladly share some of those tips with me, some of their techniques, some of it's even larger frameworks. Because as I'm realizing my health, for example, affects every other area of my life, but yet I would tell you at one time, oh yeah, health is important to me, but it was not, because it was really the last thing I was thinking about, because I was not meal planning for what I was going to eat next. I would just go through the day, and as it came up, I would just do it. Now, why is that so important? Because I wasn't planning to be successful. That's a mindset. Plan to be successful. Be intentional about what you're going to do and own your actions. It's so important that you own what you're doing. The results you have are your results. They're not because somebody else didn't do something. It's not because you didn't get the right book, you didn't get the right coaching. It really goes back to when you're listening to the person that has results and you're not getting them and you're blaming them, you need to go look in the mirror and realize it is you. Step up, rise up, and do something great, whatever that might look like for you in your life. You are called to be different. You are successful. You've got a belt of truth where you have accomplished something in your life that you can look back on and be very proud about. So you have successes that you can put on your belt of truth and know that you have been successful in something. You have not applied the steps in other areas of your life to get you where you want. So today, I want to challenge you. I want to personally challenge you to plug in, to find the right mentors to get you where you want to go. And I encourage you, if you don't have that you plug in right here at Destiny Global, because we have the tools and resources to help you get where you want, to have the life that you want. Frankly, the life you deserve once you start working towards it. There is nothing to hold you back. Your mindset will determine, your attitude will determine your altitude in life. Zig Ziglar said that years ago, and it is absolutely correct. It's not all your diplomas hanging on your wall. There's people with mountains of diplomas, and they're not wealthy. they're not necessarily successful. They're highly educated, but if they're not putting it into work, then they're just educated without application, which becomes wisdom. Because as you do things, you go through trials and errors. So I encourage you this day to step into your future, to own your mindset, and to take this step in faith to do something great. Thank you for joining.